In dramatic footage released by the Signum Battalion of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, elite FPV drones demonstrate their lethal skills against occupying Russian infantry in the Lyman sector. The footage opens with an FPV drone skimming low over the sparkling water, skirting a swampy shoreline filled with tall grass and dry brush. The onboard camera captures the figure of a Russian soldier dressed in camouflage and carrying a heavy backpack, sprinting across the open green hillside. Within seconds, the drone dives sharply, striking the soldier from behind, and a powerful explosion rips through the air. The soldier's body is thrown forward before falling motionless among the tall grass, an enemy neutralized in a swift and deadly move. The scene shifts to a dense pine forest, the tall trees standing like silent sentries as the drone penetrates the canopy, darting between the dense trunks. An enemy soldier is seen taking cover behind the trees, attempting to avoid detection. Suddenly, the drone swooped down on the soldier, who attempted to evade the attack, but his efforts were futile. The drone struck him from the front. A moment later, a massive explosion sent thick black smoke billowing high above the trees. Dust and wood chips flew. The infrared mode revealed a hot silhouette that vanished in the flames. The previously silent forest was now filled with the echoes of explosions. Yet another enemy position destroyed in an unexpected surprise attack. This time, the drone followed a dirt path through the denser forest. Several Russian soldiers were seen moving in small groups, carrying equipment and attempting to navigate the difficult terrain. The drone's camera clearly captured their movements among the trees and undergrowth. The Signum operator directed the drone at high speed to attack, and a series of explosions hit the primary target, throwing the soldiers in all directions. Dust and smoke blanketed the area, and the previously coordinated enemy movement turned into complete chaos. The Signum once again proved that there is no safe haven for enemy infantry in the jungle. Simultaneously, footage shows a drone entering a heavily damaged residential area. The camera penetrates the ruins of a building with holes in its walls and collapsed roof. An enemy soldier is seen hiding inside one of the destroyed structures. With deadly precision, the drone darts through a gap in the wall and explodes inside. The internal explosion destroys the position from within, sending flames and thick smoke pouring out of the windows and openings. This kamikaze technique demonstrates the drone's ability to strike even sheltered targets. At the same time, a massive explosion is seen hitting an enemy position in an open area near trees and bushes. Bright orange flames shoot up high, accompanied by thick black smoke. The blast's impact is so powerful that it can be clearly seen from a distance, destroying everything within the blast radius. This operation reaffirms the dominance of Ukraine's drone forces on the Eastern Front, particularly in the Lyman direction. Using inexpensive yet highly effective FPVs, the Signum Battalion is able to disable enemy infantry without risking their own lives. Each attack is not only physical destruction, but also a psychological blow. The enemy never knows where death will come from. On the other hand, Ukraine's unmanned systems forces carried out a series of coordinated drone strikes on May 20th to 21st, targeting Russian air defense systems, command posts, logistics infrastructure, and UAV-related facilities across temporarily occupied territories in Donetsk and Zaporizhzhia regions. The strikes were announced by Major Robert Magyar Brovdi, who said Ukrainian drone operators successfully hit a broad range of high-value military assets. Among the most significant targets was a radar station belonging to the S-300V air defense missile system in the village of Shiroka Balka, Donetsk region. The strike reportedly also damaged a fuel tanker positioned near the radar, potentially affecting the system's operational sustainability. The S-300V is one of Russia's more capable long-range air defense platforms, designed to intercept aircraft, cruise missiles, and ballistic threats. Ukrainian drones also struck the Tor short-range air defense system in Zaporizhia region, along with a semi-truck tractor unit. Tor system is widely used by Russian forces to protect frontline troops and military infrastructure from drones and low-flying aerial threats, making it a frequent target for Ukrainian UAV operations. Additional strikes targeted the BM-27 Uragan multiple-launch rocket system near Zelenya High, command and staff positions in Donetsk region, and workshops reportedly used for preparing or servicing Russian unmanned aerial vehicles. The attacks suggest a continued Ukrainian effort to systematically degrade not only frontline firepower, but also the infrastructure supporting Russian drone warfare. According to the report, Ukrainian operators also struck a gathering site used for a meeting of Russian 38th Brigade in Novoukrayinka, Zaporizhia region. Another strike reportedly targeted a UAV unit command center in Selidove. The operation further included attacks on a mobile fire group in Monakove, logistics infrastructure in both Donetsk and Zaporizhia regions, and even a port crane in temporarily occupied Berdyansk. While details on the crane strike were not disclosed, ports and related infrastructure have become increasingly important for Russian military transport and supply operations in temporarily occupied south of Ukraine. Fighters of Ukraine's 81st Brigade continue disrupting Russian logistics and destroying enemy artillery positions on the Sloviansk axis, according to newly released combat footage published by the brigade. The video reportedly shows Russian forces attempting to move personnel and supplies toward rear positions near the front line. During reconnaissance operations, Ukrainian troops also identified Russian MT-12 Rapira anti-tank gun concealed in the operational area. Thanks to timely detection and coordinated actions by Ukrainian defenders, the movement of enemy vehicles was halted, and the artillery piece was disabled before it could effectively engage Ukrainian positions. Russian infantry that attempted to disperse and take cover was subsequently targeted by Ukrainian drone operators. The brigade noted that the battlefield situation in the area remains difficult, with Russian forces continuing efforts to reinforce frontline units and secure more favorable tactical positions. According to the report, Russian troops increasingly rely on motorcycles, civilian-style vehicles, and unmanned robotic systems to move troops and equipment closer to the front. Ukrainian forces also highlighted the enemy's continued use of infiltration tactics, with Russian assault groups attempting to penetrate gaps between Ukrainian defensive positions. Such methods are aimed at creating localized breakthroughs and complicating coordination between defending units. At the same time, Russian forces are reportedly intensifying strikes on Ukrainian logistical routes. The attacks involve artillery fire, kamikaze drones, and the remote mining of roads using bomber drones in an effort to disrupt the delivery of ammunition, supplies, and reinforcements to
Ёбаный в рот!